This significant season, well, at the end of halftime, which is a time full of turmoil, making very important transitional things, we come to the significant season, more or less 49 years old in the average person, average man. And then we have a decision to start the second half of life. Life is prepared as well for the first half, but almost nothing has prepared us for the second half. In the second half, there is a very important transition that we need to make. In the first half, we are driven by performance, success, and things like this. In the second half, the switch comes towards people. How can we influence people? Who are the people that we are going to travel with? So we are becoming much more people-orientated in the second half. So it's very important if you start this half to firstly know that this will be the best time of your life. Why? Because you build on what you've learned, right and wrong, you've done earlier. You have acquired a lot of knowledge and wisdom, and you build on that foundation for the second half. You've got something significant that you can launch from. And that makes this half the best time of your life. So you must enjoy it, but you must get the priorities right. You must get the focus right. And if you want the focus right, then I presume that you start the second half of your life with an already written life mission statement, because this is what you should have done in halftime. To write your calling, your purpose in life in a clear life mission statement. And you depart this journey with this clear life mission statement. And then also, it is very good, practically speaking, to start with the end in mind. What is the end in mind? You got to envision how they bury you in the coffin after you've died, and how they read your eulogy, and you got to write your eulogy. You simply have to write it, because this is what you want to be known for. How do you write your eulogy? You think of all the values, all the characteristics, all the achievements that you want to be known for, all the relational things that you want to be known for. And you literally think as if you are standing at the funeral and there's a family member and there is a neighbor and there is someone from the community and there is someone from your work, and everyone says something about you. What do you want them to say? Much more important than what they will say is, you imagine yourself, Jesus, standing there, and that he gives a eulogy of your life. You write it down, and then you decide to live up towards that. And that's key. A whole single-minded focus in the second half gives you a significant time of your life. Now you launch with this. So the objectives are clear. You know what you want to achieve. And in that, three things are important: time, team, and training. Firstly, time. So many people try to transition to the second half, but they really don't transition because they do not really create some time for them. We call it margin. They do not create that margin, that available time in which they can really purposefully and intentionally live their purpose in life. I honestly believe that every single person can give at least between 10 and 15 hours per week for his calling in life. That's the least amount of time that you should avail or get available for that. And therefore you become disciplined on your time. And you create that 2 hours per day plus half of Saturday, half of Sunday, or something like this. But you create enough time so that you can live and achieve what you want to related to your calling. Time is the first thing that you got to ring fence and say, I have this available. The second thing is team. In the second half, who you travel with is probably one of the most important decisions to make. First half, you've traveled with people because of your achievements that you wanted to reach with a certain kind of people. But in the second half, you've got to be much more selective. And those would be your friends. It would for sure be your mentor guiding you through life. your friends, and then it would be the people that you want to influence. Because the second half moves from a focus on own achievement to a focus on succession. Who you want to influence, the legacy you want to leave, the other people that you want to empower. And therefore, you got to name them, you got to list them, and you got to say, in these people, I want to make an investment. With this calling in life, they are the people that I want to influence so that they can take the legacy or turn it into a legacy by generation after generation transfer. So it is time and it is team. Who do you travel with as friends? Very essential, because you want them to empower you related to your calling. And those are the friends that you really want to travel with. And then training. Some people have a real serious transition from one focus to something which is completely different and which needs a completely different skill set. And for that specific skill set, you've got to get trained. Some people get involved in communities that they've never been involved in. And you cannot just jump into it with a skill set that worked for another environment. It must be related, contextually related skill set that you must acquire. And for that, you probably need probing initiatives, trial and error, and then also people that can train you in that new skill set. You acquire the skill set, that might take a year or two, and then you apply the skill set. And please remember, you are never perfect before you apply something. It is by application that you learn. So the most important, get into the water, because you will learn to swim in the water. In the process, you learn what to do. Training is vitally important. But then, and this is the key, there are two parts in the significant season. The one part is a training part, and the second part in the season is a mentoring part. Now they overlap. So firstly, you have to train, because if you do not train, you will not have people that will come to you for mentoring. So now you have to train for a significant time. Say, for instance, you start after you have acquired the skill set from 49, 50, 51 years old. Now you start to intentionally train other people. 51 for about 14, 15 years until you are about 65. And at 65, you will see that you will want the others that you have trained to do the real performance, and so that you can sit back and only mentor and encourage them. So now you move from the person in the center of the training to the person on the side of their training, so that you can encourage them to do that. And that means you shift to the chair of mentoring. And they start to ask you questions related to life, related to the application of their own calling in life, and you mentor them related to that. And then as you grow older, you become the mentor of people, and they come to you, they ask for advice. No training, no mentoring. That's the problem of many people, because they have not interacted with people between 50 and 65 in a training capacity. No one is interested in their mentoring. And you have acquired so many things that you can mentor other people in. So prepare the season of mentoring in the second half. Now, at the end of that, now you are approximately 70 years old, and now you shift to the finishing well season. And in another session, we will address that. But remember this, the best season of life, I believe, is the significant season. Life has prepared me well to launch in the significant season, to empower so many other people. And now I am there, approaching 70, and knowing so many people want me to mentor them, because I invest in their lives. They will continue to take what I have invested and turn this into a legacy beneficial for the kingdom of God. And then I can enter the season of finishing well, which I would like to do, because at the end of days, I want Jesus to say, "Well done, my faithful servant."